guys, DominantDuels here, and today I'm going to be doing a Ritual Beast deck profile. So this deck I think has a lot of potential. I don't think many people recognize the difficulty level that this deck requires to play. It's actually very hard to learn, but once you know the combos, you can sort of get them off pretty easily mentally. But I think this deck has some potential, considering it's been topping a bit recently. I think I'm not sure if I would classify it as the worst of the three archetypes that came out in the Secret Forces. By far, Necros is the best, but I think Yusenjis would probably be the worst. I just don't like the way they work. But anyway, let's get on to the deck profile. So first off, we have one Debris Dragon. Debris just sets up a couple synchro plays with Black Rose and Armades. Next off, we have Triple Elder. Triple Elder is really good for the deck because it lets you have an extra normal summon. It's very important that it says normal summon because all of your Ritual Beast cards can only be special summoned once per turn. So we have two Lara. It's not really that great of a card to have it run at 3, but it's pretty good. Mostly, I think the reason I prefer Wen over Lara is because one, it at least has some attack, and you can target one of your banished Ritual Beast monsters versus one that's in your graveyard with Lara. Because most of the time they're going to be banished, not in your graveyard. So that basically explains why I have 3-1. Then we have two Spiritual Beast Apelio. I really think this is a cool card for the deck. Its effect lets all of your Ritual Beast monsters for the rest of the turn gain 500 attack and defense. You can pull off multiple combos with Apelio. If you get them off twice in one turn by fusing and defusing, you can have them gain 1,000, and it affects Ritual Beast monsters that you special summon even after you have Apelio, so it's really good. Then probably I would arguably say the best Spiritual Beast out of them all, Cannahawk. It's a Gold Sark, as you probably know. You can banish one Ritual Beast card, importantly card, from your deck. Although most of the time you're not even going to need to add it to your standby phase because you're probably going to use some effect to get it. Then we have two Petalfin. I think Petalfin is an okay card. It lets you return a card to the hand, which isn't bad. And if you happen to brick with your hand, it has a nice 2,000 defense, but other than that, I think it's kind of redundant. Then we have double Rampengu. Rampengu has some cool plays with Elder, and I've seen people run it at 3, but I really think it's not too important to the deck. I mean, come on, it doesn't even have its own fusion. That shows how much Konami cares. But I just don't think it's too important to have it 3, but it's good enough to have it 2. Then we have the one standard Tempest, because, you know, they're all wind. We have one Dark Hole. In this format, I think Dark Hole is really good in this deck. Especially if you have like Dimensional Fissure, they all get banished and you can use them for your defuse plays. We have we have one Defissure. Defissure and Macro are really good in this deck because they stop other decks, but while benefiting this deck at the same time. Then we have two E-Tellies. I don't know why it's so much now, but it's really good. Lets you get out your Elder, your Wen, and your Lara. We have one Gold Sark, just an additional Cannahawk. Triple MST for things like Vanities and other floodgates people play. We have one Regeki, just standard. One Bond helps you set up OTK plays. For example, it's sort of like, I mean, you can use it during the battle phase. So once you attack, since it's a quick play, you can chain it and banish 2 of your monsters that have already attacked and bring out maybe an Apelio so you can push for game. Then we have one Snatch Steal standard, Compul standard, Macro for the same reason as Defissure, 2 Ambush for your Ambush and Steeds play. If you don't know, you activate Steeds, chain Ambush, then you can pop at least 3 cards, or 2 or 3 cards. Then we have your Steeds and triple Vanities. Vanities you might think that Vanities can stop a lot of the plays in the deck, but I think Vanities is too good not to play in this format. Plus, you have a bunch of cards that can get your Vanities out of the way. For example, Dark Hole, E-Telly, MST, Regeki, Bond. Actually, no, you can't do Bond. So just stuff like that. Okay, now on to the extra deck. We have triple Ulti Apelio. I think by far this isn't the best. I would think Cannahawk is the best, but it's the second best. So what it does is if it attacks, it's unaffected by other cards' card effects until the end of the damage step. It's almost like an Armades, except for the fact that it's also unaffected by the regular Apelio's boosts, which kind of stinks, but whatever. Alright, then we have Ulti Kenahawk, by far the most OP card in the deck, or the most OP ritual in the deck. You have some pretty cool combos you can pull off. You can use its one sprint effect and chain its defuse effect because of some cool wording this card has. Oh, and also lets you set up your plays with steeds in ambush. Then we have 2 Petalfin. Petalfin, I think, is one of the cards that you can use most often with Rampengu. Petalfin is basically a wall if you ever need one, because it can't be destroyed by card effects, and they all have a standard defuse effect, and it has a nice 2800 defense, so it's a pretty hefty wall for your opponent to have to get over. We have Armades and Black Rose for your Debris Dragon plays. We have Dweller, Castel, standard, Exton, standard, Chidori, standard for this deck at least, pretty good in this deck. We have 1 Daigusto Phoenix for your Elders. So that pretty much wraps it up for this deck profile. I would share the side deck, but it's not really complete. I haven't had time to work on it yet. I was planning on working on it now, but I have some homework to do. So that's what I have so far. You're welcome to post any tweaks that you might make to the deck, any suggestions. If you have any cool combos you guys want to show me, you can do something like that. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for the support. Bye-bye.